Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. So the last update about the shorter version of Twist of Fate. Aliyah finally confessed to all her crimes in front of the entire family members after she was exposed. And Rhea was still claiming to be pregnant. So Vikram, Grandma, Aliyah and Pallavi decided to go to the hospital to get Rhea's pregnancy report to prove if she is truly pregnant or not before they threw her out of the house. Let's continue guys. Prachi and Ramburu are at the in-house temple. Prachi thanks Ramburu and says, "This moment is precious. Thank you for coming into my life." She says, "I am glad that you are in my life and I am also in your life." Ramburu says, "I did not hear what you said. You said, 'Thank God for bringing you into my life,' and I heard, 'Thank you for accepting me.'" Ramburu tells Prachi that you said that you are glad that you are in my life and I heard that you are my wife. Prachi says, "Sometimes I just hate you." Ramburu says, "I heard I love you." Prachi eats Ramburu. Ramburu says, "I am feeling like you are kissing me." Prachi hugs him. Rhea gets angry and upset seeing Ramburu and Prachi hugging. Ramburu kisses on Prachi's forehead. He says, "Thank you for coming back into my life again," and says, "I got whatever I wanted." Prachi says, "I got the word and everything." They hug each other again. Rhea is upset. Pallavi says, "It seems that all the tension is searching for our house address." Vikram says, "We cannot do anything even after knowing the truth." Grandma says, "Whatever is happening, we should let it happen." Aliyah thinks of what to do to make everything fine. The doctor comes out and gives Rhea's pregnancy report to them, and this got Aliyah worried. Grandma asks Pallavi to open the report. Aliyah asks Pallavi not to open the report and says, "We know how Prachi is. Prachi might say that we have manipulated the report." The doctor says, "Actually, Rhea." Aliyah stops him and says, "We should go home and talk about this." Grandma takes the report from Pallavi and they started walking. Prachi says she wants to put ghee in the lamp. Ramburu tells Prachi that he wants to tell her something, which he had told her many times. Ramburu asks Prachi to carry on. Rhea thinks that what has Ramburu told Prachi many times. Prachi turns and a veil falls on Ramburu's head. Prachi says, "I don't like it as it is about me." Ramburu says, "You are thinking something else," and says we should say at the same time. Ramburu tells Prachi that you are very beautiful and you are the most beautiful woman in the world. Prachi also says the same and says she is not beautiful. Ramburu says you are beautiful. Prachi says beauty lies in the eyes of the beholder. Ramburu praises Prachi and says that he wants Prachi to be in front of his eyes. He asks Prachi to put ghee in the lamp and he goes. Rhea comes to Prachi and says you cannot be happy by snatching someone's happiness. She says Ramburu is not any house which you have to snatch and put your nameplate on him to get him. She says Ramburu is my first love and my life. Prachi tells Rhea that Ramburu is not any house which can be snatched and he is not a jewelry also. She says Ramburu is a diamond which was fixed in my ring long back and I took much time to wear it. Prachi tells Rhea that you got Ramburu by cheat. You snatched Ramburu on our marriage day. Prachi asks Rhea to accept Ramburu and her marriage, which happened not long ago in front of everyone. She asks Rhea to check her fate and says Ramburu and my destiny is connected. Prachi says Ramburu is in the lines of my palm and on my forehead. Prachi tells Rhea that even if Ramburu and I wanted, then also we cannot get separated. Prachi says, "How and from where will you separate us?" She says, "We are like lamp and oil. When we meet, we are light of love." Rhea says, "If I cannot separate you, then I will not let you both unite." Pallavi and others are coming back from the hospital. Pallavi asks Vikram not to drive the car. She asks Aliyah to drive because Vikram is in stress. Grandma worries for Ramburu and Prachi. Pallavi says everything will be fine in their lives. Pion comes there. Pion is a worker at the hospital. Pion comes there and asks Aliyah to sign on some file. Aliyah signs and enters the car. Shahana asks Meika if she wants something. Meika says she is fine and happy to come home. Siddharth says I was worried if I can save Ramburu, Prachi or Meika, and says he is glad that they all are fine and everything is perfectly fine. Siddharth says that if Aliyah and Rhea had not been exposed, then I wouldn't have forgiven myself. Aryan comes there and says Mom and others are back from the hospital. Siddharth and Shahana ask Meika to rest. Rhea comes to Aliyah and says she called her. Aliyah says, I couldn't pick the call because everyone were with me. Pallavi tells everyone that we haven't opened the report yet. She says if anyone wants to confess, then confess. I will try to understand the person's situation now, but if the person refuses to confess, then later on, I will not give a chance to anyone to prove their innocence. Pallavi says that if anyone is hiding something and they want to confess later, then I will think that it was the person's planning, and says come forward now and say whatever is hidden. She says if the truth comes out about anyone later, then I will do something which has never happened with anyone before. Pallavi says I am the lady of the house and I have the responsibility to keep the family united. She says come forward and say it now. It is now or never. Nobody comes forward to confess, so Pallavi opens the envelope and the report falls down. Pallavi asks Rambro to pick the report and read it. Rambro read the report. Prachi also read the report and then she gets shocked. Rhea read the report and says it is written that my baby is of Rambir. She says I am pregnant with Rambir's child and she asks Aliyah to see. Aliyah recalls and a flashback is shown. Aliyah gets the fake pregnancy report from the peon at the hospital while pretending to sign on the papers before entering the car. So Aliyah replaced the original pregnancy report that indicates that Rhea is not pregnant with the fake report that says that Rhea is pregnant with Rambir's baby, and the flashback ends. Rhea shouts asking Prachi that what do you want to say? Prachi says I will say that you have done something surely. Aunt, you have done something. Aliyah recalls stopping the car on the way and she asks Vikram and Pallavi to push the car because she doesn't know what happened to the car, and Vikram and Pallavi get down from the car. Aliyah asks Grandma to also get down from the car. When everyone get down to push the car, that was when Aliyah replaced the fake report with the original report that the peon gave her, and the flashback ends. Aliyah reminds Pallavi of her words that she will punish anybody that lies. Pallavi says I remember very well. Aliyah says it is proof that Rhea is pregnant with Rambir's baby. She says Prachi is always taunting Rhea, and she asks that how can a woman do this with another woman? Rhea says my own sister says so many bad things about me. She says I did many wrong things, but becoming a mother is not wrong. She says I thought that it is a happy moment for me. Rhea says Rambro always support Prachi and it is unfair. Rhea asks Rambro why he differentiates between Prachi's baby and her baby. She says we cannot forget this baby. She tells Pallavi that I am pleading in front of my mother and she asks her to give her justice. She says don't punish a mother. I am pregnant with Rambro's child, and she asks Pallavi to give her a right. Pallavi gets emotional. Prachi says enough and she asks Rhea that how much will you lie? She says I saw you having papaya and you were ordering deep tissue massage. She says you have manipulated the samples and the report many times. Prachi asks Rhea why don't you feel ashamed of your lies and says you are not pregnant. Rhea tells everyone that Prachi is lying and she swears on her baby that she is not lying. Rhea says if I am lying, then my baby will be born dead. The doctor comes there and says no baby will die with your lie because there is no baby in your womb and you are not pregnant. Everyone is shocked to hear the doctor's confession. Okay guys, thank you guys so much for watching. Please don't forget to like this video, share it to anyone you think would be interested to watch, and I will see you all again in my next video. Bye guys.